boxes left. We finished the first one, and I wanted to make sure I had a good design before I start talking anybody else through what the plan is to complete these. There's some aircrafts, people learning how to become pilots next door at the airport. So what we did was we have 8-foot 2x4s running the full length of 2x12s, 8-foot 2x12s, and we made a bottom frame, and we're going to take those 13-inch pieces down there at the end and stilt them up underneath there and connect them, and then we flip them over and drill all the holes for the lights, and then we wire in the sockets. Tried to go around this, but that knot was too thick, broke my screw. So I had to cut another one. And it reminded me of a question I had. Do you cut the line? So you take the line that you've drawn, or do you leave it? It always seemed to be kind of a 50-50 out there, at least from my experience. I always take the line, and this goes back to when I was doing flooring as a young man. You would mark it with something, and then you never wanted to leave the marker or mark on the tile that you put down. So I always took the line. Maybe for framers it's different. I don't know. Just curious what your preferences are. My desire to keep the peace in the house, switching to a drill instead of impact. Trying to get 2 babies down. Nap time. Not the only time I get anything done. There we go, pretty simple. So I decided I'm gonna pull these boxes inside, because when you drill those holes, pine goes everywhere, pine shavings. So it's blowing about 20, 30, sometimes 40 mile an hour gusts out there. I don't really want to chase down pine and make some mess in the yard. I have 14 holes to drill, so do it in the garage, contain the mess. I would apologize for my messy garage, but I have 5 kids. That includes a 4-year-old, a 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old. They make messes. I spend most of my time cleaning that up. So I did an odd number of lights. make it easier to find center. 7. There's going to be 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and 1 in the middle. And found my center of the board, divided that, put that 4-foot mark on there. 3 to the right, 3 to the left, mark 4, call it good. I also got the distance between one side and the other, figured out what the center was, marked it on my square so I don't have to go and remeasure the distance off. And then here's a lick, wipe it off, square's clean. Time to drill. Before you get all the way through to the bottom, I'm sure there are other ways, but with this one, at least my experience was, always go slow once you feel like you're about 3/4 of the way through. And try and keep it as vertical as possible. Done. Time to clean up. Sure, what I'm doing here is not the best approach to doing this project and wiring, but I was a certified electronics technician back in the day. So polarity is important, but we're doing with AC, so and real light voltage AC, so I'm not too concerned with it. There is a ribbed side of this cord. Put that one on your nickel plated side. Then your brass, you can use printed or whatever's the non-ribbed side. For the other side, just to make sure all of the lights are in the same polarity. And there's a bracket that goes down inside of this. Put that in first. Put your wires in. There is another piece that goes on top to tighten it, but it's a little too tight because I chose a little thicker wire and I didn't like how it worked, so I just put this on, tighten it down. The twist knot on this to make sure it holds in place. Just like that. Just one little twist on it. Takes a little time, but I don't have to worry about it ever coming out. I suppose a real certified electronics technician might solder these in so they don't spread out when you tighten the screw down. But again, as long as you're not setting your house on fire, you're okay. So that little knot, which Once you pull this back in, socket sits inside there like that, and that will keep that from pulling out. There's a little tension underneath here to help keep that socket from moving when you twist your light in. There you go. Holds in place, ready to go. So I'll take, once I'm done with all of these getting all these wired, I'll hot glue around here, set it down in there, and then strap them together. Works pretty well. These brackets did come with, because the original design, or used as designed, is to stick it through, and whatever you're doing is less than 1 inch, and use this ring to compress it against and hold it on there. But I wanted to use 2x6 or a 2x instead of a 1x, because I wanted it to be a little more rigid and just kind of make it look a little thicker, more industrial, because it is a large piece hanging from our rafter area, and those are all 2x8s, I think is what's up there, or 2x10s. So I didn't want them to seem small. These aren't big enough, or it doesn't go through far enough. So also what I did do was the light bulb itself actually goes up inside the wood, because the socket's higher up inside there, so all you see is a light bulb sticking out of the wood, which looks really nice. So there it all zip tied. This is what the medium looks like. Sure, we could do a better job of that, but that's what it looks like. Once we run it to the top, and we'll keep all these zip ties off and run it.